Hi, this is a video walk around of the Mitutoyo 3X DRO I have for sale on Craigslist. I'm hoping it will give you a feel for the fact that the machine works, the condition of the machine, and its basic functions. I'm not a machinist and I don't understand all the depths of DROs other than the basic ones, and so I can't go into a lot of detail, but I just wanted you to see that the display lights up beautifully as you saw there, very quick, responds no problem. The scales come to life at the touch of a button, and here you see me going from millimeters to inches there, which is nice. I believe this is reads to a thousandth of a millimeter or 1/10,000th of an inch. So it's referred to as, I guess, a tenths machine or tenths unit. So pretty good resolution, pretty fine detail. The scales are all in great shape. They are glass scales. The shortest one is 150 millimeter read zone, the middle one is 200 millimeters, and the longest one is 300 millimeters. And actually, I was told by a guy at Mitutoyo that they are still available, which is kind of nice. If you ever needed one longer or whatever, you could either find them new or probably buy them used, I would think. The cables are approximately 9.5 feet long, and they are a braided steel outer jacket covering the insulation and, of course, the conductor itself. There's a few frayed spots in the outer covering of the steel braid, but the insulation is intact, so there's no issue there whatsoever. You can see how, as I was touching some values in on the screen, that the display responds promptly. Don't have to push it hard or anything like that. It's very light touch. So all that's functioning great. Now there is a plastic protective membrane over the top of the touch panel, and there is a crack in that, and you'll see that here in a second when I take the camera off the tripod. I honestly don't think it has any effect on the function of the DRO at all. And I'll be honest with you, the machine shop that does some work for me, all their DROs have cracks like this, and they're beat up and scratched, and I mean, I guess that's why they put them on there, so it protects the touch panel below it. And I don't know, but I would imagine if it bugged you enough, you could probably figure out how to take it apart and put a new clear piece of plastic over the top of it if you wanted to. But the buttons themselves are fine, and as you saw, they respond very nicely. I'm showing you the case here. It's not dented or scratched up. Here are the cables, 9.5 feet long, as I mentioned. A couple frays in the outer steel braid, but not in the insulation. The scales themselves are remarkably clean. And frankly, in my opinion, this machine was used but not abused. I think whoever used it took care of it. They didn't beat it up. They respected it, and obviously here you see it still functions after all these years. And like I said, I don't know much about DROs, but Mitutoyo I do know about, and they're a fine company. And I suspect at the time this was manufactured, it probably was pretty state of the art. I do have a 40-page owner's manual that I was able to find on the internet and download. And from what I read, it's got a lot of capabilities, and I think it's fully programmable or configurable, if you will. I think that's an RS-232 port there on the right. Don't know that for a fact. It does have external zero and touch probe capabilities, as you saw there. I do not have those switches, but I think they're probably pretty generic, as is that connector. And it does have the ability to switch voltages, as you can see there, that little slide switch. Overall, great shape. Certainly a nice machine for somebody who wants a DRO but doesn't want to pay the big price tag for a new one. So if you're interested, shoot me an email and we'll figure out how to connect with each other. Thanks a lot for watching.